How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Hooked. It's your boy BIGDIAZ, and I'm currently sitting in the parking lot of Red Robin in Turlock. As you guys probably saw the video of me at the Informative Fisherman Expo, I entered a raffle there, and I ended up winning $400 worth of Savage gear, like lures and all that stuff. So I'm excited. I had to meet Matt Frazier here to pick it up. So shout out to Matt and Nick for putting that together and giving us a chance to actually win these lures. So I'm waiting to meet Matt here. I don't know if I'm gonna record the actual receipt of the gift box, because I don't want him to feel like I'm some type of weirdo that is running at him with a camera, even though I am a weirdo that's gonna be running at him with a camera. But I'll catch y'all in a bit when he gets here. All right, guys, meeting up with Matt Frazier, picking up that Savage gear. How's it going, boss?
Good.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy winter, huh?
Yeah.
It's a big old giant pack.
I wasn't expecting to win anything, but man.
Yeah, look at this.
That's awesome.
So that's that whole pack right
wow. there. I've never used any Savage gear stuff too, so I'm actually...
like this is a killer.
Really?
The Crappie Shine Glide is a killer. These are all brand new, and Nick co-designed all these baits.
Really?
So this is the kokanee, the top hook. Okay. It's already pre-rigged with a stinger. They're all this stuff. So let's see. Yeah, it's got the bluegill top hook.
So what do you need to throw on these? Like a pretty sturdy...
Yeah, well on these baits here, and maybe even that and this, probably 20-pound fluoro.
Okay.
Okay, I would throw 20-pound fluoro on that. Everything else is pretty, I'd do a 20-pound fluoro on that. And then obviously if you're doing any of the like this is Nick's frog he designed. Oh wow. And that's a great skipping frog. That's one of the best skipping frogs you'll ever have. You can actually get it way back under docks and branches, and it doesn't, the hooks don't blow out. They actually stay together, so it's really nice. This is awesome. Thank you so much. No problem. And then these, so everybody knows what a Cinco is. Well, this is the Savage gear version, but what these have in them that nobody else has is this has netting inside the worm. So you know how you usually put a ring around to wacky rig it? You don't have to do it with these. Oh wow. You just hook them, and the barb goes through the netting, and you can skip these right under docks and everything without the ring on it. Oh wow. And you can just keep using the same, and once you use it a little bit, you can just move the hook over a little bit, and it'd be like a whole new worm again. Oh wow. So they last forever. Wow. That's one of my favorite things they make. Okay. You got that. You got the snake. Top water. We caught a lot of balonies on that. Really? Yeah. Oh, you got some of the. Also, they gave away some of the. This is some of their new Ned rig stuff. Okay. So, this right here. Nick will tell you that's a killer. That's their new salamander. Salamanders? That's for Ned rigs. Okay. And it has a lot of movement. When it gets real tough and the bite gets real tough, that seems to catch them better than anything else we've found so far. So. Nice. All right, fishing fam, we are back home. It has been a couple of days since I was able to pick up the box from Matt, but you guys saw that I was able to talk to him, and he gave me a kind of a rundown of what we had. But I want to go in a bit more of a bigger detail just to see exactly what came in this box. So we're gonna start breaking this down bit by bit. We have the Savage gear 4D craws. So these are interesting colors, and they actually look like dead on crawfish. Where's my knife? Right. Let's open this guy up real quick. So they are 4D because they look, feel, smell like real crawfish. I'm assuming you would Texas rig these guys, Carolina rig them, drag them slowly down the bottom. They have realistic look and feel. The action of these guys must be awesome in the water. Next up, we have one of many massive glide baits. This is the line through trout. I don't know if I will ever actually use this, because I don't even have a rod that is big enough to throw this monstrosity, but it looks like a tiny little trout, which is dope. That's awesome. Next up, the 3D
printed roach shine glider. If you look at, this is a real 3D scan of the fish, and then they printed the texture of it on its body for this glide bait. That's pretty cool. It's all holographic-y and it matches their actual skin. It looks like a little crappie actually. That's pretty dope. It's another massive glide bait. Glide bait number 3. Another line through pulse tail trout. So this one, the other two were hard plastics. This guy is a like soft plastic type deal. Oh my god, these are pungent. So this guy has the fat tail right here, just to create a lot of noise and water displacement. So maybe I should start looking into getting myself a rod to throw these gigantic glide baits. I know a lot of Savage Gear is designed towards pike and muskie to catch those big fish, so that's why they make these big glide baits. But I do have a feeling that big stripers out in the Delta would hit on these guys too. So, all right, another glide bait. This is a 3D roach shine glider. This one has a different color. It almost has like a rainbow trout color to it. Hard plastic as well. And now, the final massive glide bait. We have this big mama right here. Another 3D postal trout. It's the same soft plastic. Same soft plastic that the other one was. Has this fat pulse tail right here. Displaces a lot of water. Very realistic. It is a fast sinking 10-inch 8-ounce fish. That's gonna pull in some monsters. All right, what else we got here? So these guys are the ones that I actually can throw on my rods. So this is a mini glide bait. So there's a mini post tail slider or shiner. So it has the same post tail configuration, soft plastic build. It has the hook on the inside of it with a weight. So it already comes weighted and hooked and everything. Is just throw and go. It's pretty legit. We have Ned crawls. So the same as, where the other ones go? So it's like, I guess, a mini version of these guys. These are designed for Ned rigs. I don't know exactly how you would rig these. These look interesting. 2.5 inch. Looks like an Alabama crawl color. Yep, Alabama crawl. And then we have some razorback worms. These look legit. I've never used a curly tail worm, but I am actually very excited to put these on a shaky head and seeing what they could do. These are a, what color is this? Sprayed grass. So these are 10-inch worms. They have a little like razor texture to them that causes a lot of displacement and action in the water. Up next we have the 3D lizards. You would probably weightless Texas rig these guys. These are in the June bug color. So 6-inch June bug color. They're green. They have that purple accent to them with the flake in there. These guys look pretty legit. Where's my knife again? Let's open one up and see what these guys look like. So that's actually pretty cool. Pretty realistic. If you're from the Bay, well, anywhere really. These guys have a very striking semblance to a blue belly lizard. This guy will catch some fish. I've never used a lizard, but there's a first time for everything. All right, up next we have the Ned minnows. So they threw in a lot of Ned rig type baits. So we got the Ned minnows, Ned gobies, Ned salamanders. These guys are pretty interesting. These are in, all of them are 2 to 3 inches long. They are Duratec plastic. So there is actually a warning on the bag of these Ned minnows or these Ned bags that not store them with any other plastic. So apparently these don't play well with others. I don't know exactly what would happen if you store them with another plastic, but they are recommending that you keep them. Oh wow, this is gonna have a ton of action in the water. Look at that soft ribbing. Got some little feet. This guy, if this doesn't scream eat me, I don't know what does. We're probably gonna have to go put these guys to work soon, try them out. Same with these Ned gobies. So these guys are interesting to me because these are short little fishy dudes, but the tail in the back has all these fibers, so it would have a lot more play once it hits the water. So I'm not very much a Ned rig fisherman. I think I have like one Ned rig style bait in my box. So thanks to Matt and Nick for hooking me up with a whole bunch of new Ned plastics. What else do we have? All right, we have Armor Tube worms. So these guys are in a light watermelon red flake. You can see that little speckles of color there probably. These guys are interesting because they have armor mesh inside of them. So these are like plastic. They're soft plastics, but they have some type of like little mesh inside of them that increases their durability. These are going to be clutch because I go through a lot of soft plastics. Not even because I catch a lot of fish, I just mess them up somehow. Next up we have more craws. These are floating. So I wouldn't know how to use these guys. Oh, there you go. It gives you the suggestions on how to use these guys. You treat these guys like swim baits basically. That's pretty legit. Floating craws. Alright. Oh man. We had another glide bait. This is another one I could use. This one's a bluegill. This one would kill at Contra Loma. It's big, so it would have to be a big bass that eats it. But anywhere with bluegill, this would kill because it looks dead on like a bluegill. I'm actually very excited to use this one. I can actually throw this one with the rods that I already have, so this one's going to come in clutch. All right. We also have the topwater snake. So Savage Lures has some very interesting things, as you guys are going to see in a bit. So this is a 9-inch topwater snake. You just throw it out there, reel it in, and it has this like S wavy motion. Let's open this guy up. The hooks look pretty sharp. Has a little bill here. It's got a nice dark black color. So this guy would probably kill the topwater game. I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty legit. So this is actually a dope one that Matt was telling me about. So this guy, if you open it, looks like your typical walking bait. Just cast it out. You do the walk the dog motion. Boom, 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 boom. Or you can open. Ow! Oh, those hooks are sharp. So if you open up the propeller, so that you can either make this a walk the dog type bait, or you can just cast and retrieve, make this into like a plopper style. That's pretty legit. So you get two baits in one with this guy, which I've never heard of before. I think is dope. I think we are getting close to the end here, guys. So this is a propeller style bait. This probably sinks just below the water. This propeller causes a lot of displacement. They're probably going to eat that guy up. And then we have another walk the dog type bait. This is the Twitch Reaper. The colors on this guy are so nice. I suppose this one's a floating. Again, walk the dog, so it's just boom, 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 boom. We have the 3D Suicide Duck, another top water. So again, you float this guy up the top. Let's open him up. So you float this guy up over the top. His little feet move around, cause a bunch of displacement. You have hooks that you could put on underneath right here. Then you have this top hook that's covered by the tail, just like that. Big bass comes up, bam, you set the hook and he's coming home. Now the final baits in the box that I won, guys. This is a massive haul. Thank you once again to Matt, to Nick, to Savage Gear. We have a DC Walker. Matt said that Nick had a big hand in designing this guy. This is perfect for skipping under bridges, walking over the top of grass. So I'm excited to use this one. We have a Poppin' Frog. So you see the little cup right here. You just treat it like a whopper plopper. Causes a lot of noise, moves a lot of water. This is a bluegill, but it is in a frog type. So it looks like a bluegill. You cast it over like this. Just drag them over the top. The little hairs here work. Cause some type of like movement in the water. Big bass comes, bam, he's coming home. And then I'm assuming that this one must be, well, I've heard bass eat ducks too, so topwater duck. You see the big feet right there? In the water, this probably causes a whole lot of movement. Just drag them along, walk the dog, boom, boom, boom. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. A huge thank you to Nick, the Informative Fisherman, and Matt Frazier for making the expo possible, and to Savage Gear just for providing such a dope haul for this raffle. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And while you're at it, turn on the bell notifications so that you know every time I drop one of these heaters. But keep those lines tight, keep on fishing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!